Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on So Many Books, So Little Time by Diamond Art Club. It is a square diamond painting, 56 by 109. It has 53 colors. And we moved on to another section. Last time we worked on this. And after last time, because I want to do 52 sessions this year, because there's 52 weeks in the year, and I'm like, you know what? I'd like to at least do one session a week. And I kind of fell off the wagon, if you will, for a few weeks, so I fell behind. So I was kind of, counting the number of weeks that we're at, and I think we're on week 22 or something like that. And I just put up video 18. So this is video 19. So we're getting closer to catching up. So yes, there's been 2 videos pretty much every week for a little bit. But we might slow down after the next, because I figure it's going to take me 3 more weeks to catch up, right? And then after that, I'll probably slow down to 1 a week. Probably. We'll see. We'll see how things go. And because I'm trying to work on other stuff too. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I bought this thing. It's like miniatures. And it's to fit in my bookcase. And there's another one I want really bad, but I'm like, I'm not buying it until you do the first one. Like finish the first one. And then once you get that done, then you can buy the other one. The other one is the one I wanted the most. I should probably have bought that first. Well, I shouldn't say that. This one here is really cute too. It's a Harry Potter theme. So I'm going to do, it's like in a little glass dome. And so I'm going to do it and then I'm going to put it next to my Harry Potter books. And the other one, the first one that I really, really wanted to do, but I never bought because it's almost $60. Although I've seen a few times where it comes, on sale, like almost $20 off. So then it would be like 40 some dollars. So I'm like, ooh, because it's $60 plus tax. So it's like $70. So save about 20 bucks. I think that would be worth it. But I still don't want to buy it because I'm like, it's still gonna come on sale. So just wait, see if you'll do that. So that is one thing. I might try to film it. Me putting those together. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's so cute. I've opened it up and I was like, ooh, I really want that. I really want to get it done. But I'm trying to catch up on a whole bunch of stuff. So I don't know if you noticed that it has way more of a tick, tick. And a lot of people have suggested to put some glue dots in your pen. And this morning, I was waiting for Dave to go off to work so I could do this. So I set everything up and then I was waiting. I, put the dishes. Usually I'll just do the dishes after I'm done this because I like to film first and then kind of do some dishes and film some more. But I had time to do the dishes and I was done and I was like, okay, what am I going to do next? I almost fed my starter. And I'm back to 2 starters only because I'm doing a little experiment. Because a lot of people said if you feed it rye, like rye flour, it really makes it like really active. So I'm kind of doing a little experiment with that. And I have to tell you, up to now, I'm not finding that it makes that much of a difference. But I mean, it's only been 3 or 4 days, so I'm going to give it a chance. I have to tell you, at first I was putting 10 grams of rye. to 40 grams of all-purpose flour, and the rye took over. Like, the starter was speckled like the rye flour. And I didn't find it was like rising a lot. And what I did, so I didn't wreck my starter, right? Like, yes, it's only 4 months old, but man, if I'd have to start over again, I would not be happy. Now that I've given some to my sister-in-law, it's not so bad. I can say, hey, tomorrow, I need a starter. And that's what I told her. I said, now that both of us has a starter, it's not as frightening to, you know, wreck your starter, because I can always, you know, give you some, and you can give me some if something goes awry. So I wasn't as scared, I guess, but I still did my regular starter, and then I'm doing this sort of like on the side, and I'm not even saving like the sourdough every night from there. I'm just throwing it out just because it's an experiment. I might throw the whole thing out eventually, or, you know, we'll see. I'm trying to do a bunch of experiments because I'd like to share with you my experience with sourdough. You know, I don't think I will ever stop doing sourdough now. It takes, everybody's like, oh, it's so much work. It's like, it literally takes me not even 5 minutes in the morning to, you know, feed it, and that's it. You don't think about it. And I always have a bread in the oven, in the fridge, fermenting, so that when we run out of bread, I just go, oh, there you go. I just gotta bake this bread, right? And so yeah, I really am enjoying, and I make a ton of waffles. And the other day, Mason slept here Saturday and Sunday night. He was supposed to go home on Sunday, but Dave was mowing the lawn, and he was like, I want to stay, I want to help. And so by the time they finished that, it was so late. So he ended up, he had clothes, and I had washed all his clothes. So he had clothes for the next day. And then they just went to his house in the morning to pick up his school bag, and she made him a lunch and everything, because we don't have stuff to make kids' lunches anymore, right, here. So we went, and Dave picked up his lunch and brought him to school. So I sent him home with 20 waffles. So then his breakfast is kind of taken care of, right? His breakfast is taken care of. He just has one of those every day. And the health benefits of sourdough is so good. You know, it basically digests the food before, or the gluten, if you will, before you put it in your stomach. Our stomachs were never meant to digest that kind of stuff, right? And that's why, like, if you have IBS, or it's really hard to digest it. My stomach has been not bugging me as much now that we've started. Not that I'm a big bread eater anyway, right? But I'm noticing that my stomach is not bothering me as much. So last week, I ended up walking 29.5 kilometers. The week before was like 34.5. So basically I had one less walk, right? This week, I'm already at 9 kilometers. I didn't go yesterday. It was disgusting. It was rainy. It was cold. I was tired. I didn't go, but today I'm filming this. I'm going to film another video after this, and then I have a massage at 12:30. And then my plan is, when I get home, is basically, you know, just park the truck and then go for a walk, you know. Bring the stuff inside that I need to bring inside, like my purse. Now, well, I don't have a purse. I have one of those pouches that go over your shoulder. So I will bring that in, grab, I don't know if I'll need a water bottle. It's not hot today. So, and I'll probably walk 4 today, 4 kilometers, because I didn't walk yesterday, so I don't want to do just 3. I want to do 4, and then that'll bring me to 13. My goal, this is what my goal is, to walk at least 13 to 25, 13 to 20. Why did I say 13? Because I'm going to be at 13, that's why. I want to walk between 15 and 20 kilometers. That's the minimum that I want to walk every week. So if I walk 4 today, I'm already at 13, so I'm only 2 kilometers away. And we're Wednesday, and I plan on going tomorrow. And I plan on going Friday. Saturday, I'm going to a scrapbooking day. So I probably won't walk that day. Question mark, question mark. I don't know. I almost don't want to leave. We could probably go for a walk to kind of stretch our legs and stuff. But I'm like, I want to do as many pages as I possibly can in one day, because I'm going to film, right? So it's going to be content for YouTube, because I just don't have the time during the week. I just have so many other things that I need to do. And I've been doing layouts on the channel, just on lives, right? I've been doing 2 layouts a week, but on lives. So I'd love to get at least 15 layouts done. That's going to give me 15 weeks of content. So yay. And I'm going to finish with my Make a Page Kit video probably today. And tomorrow I'm going to pack for the crop, because I can't scrapbook anyway on Friday because I have the baby. So what I'm going to do is pack for the crop, and I'll be all ready. And then Friday, I got to figure out what I want to bring to eat, because I don't want to buy anything to eat at restaurants or anything like that. Like, nope. So I'll figure something out to bring to eat. I don't know what though. Maybe I can do chicken wraps or something like that. I can cut up. I don't know. I don't know what would be really easy to do. I want easy things. So I don't know if I like this stick. I know it's not like a big deal, and I think if I wasn't recording, I wouldn't mind, but although ASMR, right? ASMR. Apparently people like that a lot. Okay. Oh, I'm almost done Steel Striker. I think I have maybe between 40 and 50 pages left. That's it. So I read a whole bunch this morning, and then I was like, okay, it's time to get up. I knew I wanted to do a few things before I started the day, before I started filming. And so I was like, you have to get up. Last night, I was in the mood for chocolate. I just wanted like a chocolate bar. And I didn't want to have to go to the store and all that. So we have the Ghirardelli brownies from Costco that you can get at Costco. So I'm like, I'm just going to make that. And then a chocolate bar would be better because it would have been one and done, right? Now I have a big thing of brownies sitting over there. It's okay. I don't want to deprive myself of stuff. Like, yes, I'm trying to lose weight, but I'm just trying to really, you know, not have junk every day. But if I'm like, oh, I really want some, then I'm just going to have something. I've already lost 7 pounds, so I'm doing okay, you know? So went through all that trouble and, you know, had made brownies, and then I made brownie frosting. I usually don't make the brownie frosting, but I was like, I think I'm gonna make the frosting. So I made some frosting. So today I think I'll frost the brownies because they were still hot last night, so I didn't want to frost them. But I wanted to make the frosting. I still had a piece last night. I just frosted it separately. And man, it was good. It was delicious. Okay, I really want to make some strawberry lemonade. I really want to make some strawberry lemonade. I want to make some concentrate, and then we'll have some, you know, however I decide to store it, whether I freeze it or can it. I haven't decided yet. I'm not too comfortable with canning left yet. I hope to get more comfortable this summer. So I hope. I wanted to make some strawberry jam, but see, I prefer raspberries. I prefer raspberry jam myself. So I was like, well, I could make some, but I prefer, because that vegetable store I was telling you about where they had one day $3 for a flat of 8 because they were only good for strawberries or strawberry jam. Now the next day they were free. So, I mean, I would have had to just do it right away. Do you know what I mean? And I really didn't have time, so. And it's not as if I know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm always wanting to try new things. And I can tell you, when I work for 911, just doing the basic meals was enough. Like experimenting, no thanks. So now that I don't feel as stressed, you know, I don't mind experimenting. I actually enjoy it. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a bunch of experimenting, and then I like to share that here on YouTube, you know, all the experimentation that I'll be doing with different recipes. And, you know, I don't know about you, but what's for dinner? Oh my gosh. It stresses me more than actually, I don't mind, not stresses. Well, I was gonna say not stresses, but I don't like thinking, oh, what's for dinner? I just feel like it's always the same old. And that's another reason why I want to experiment, because I want to kind of expand the stuff that we're eating, not always the same things, you know? So Oh, I don't know if I said, but we started with the slash, which is DMC 3782. There was quite a bit here, but I'm like, you know what? I'll start off with a bang, get those done. And that was on the corner here. That was the first sign that was to do. And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna start with that. So I've taken out like the next sign, so we'll see. I've taken out two 310s, like blacks, because I'd like to finish that today. I don't know if I'm gonna do an hour and a half because Dave left. It was like between 10 after 8 and quarter after 8. And I like to start right at 8 o'clock. But it is what it is. But now I don't know if I can do an hour and a half. Because I have to go in the shower at 11:30. 11:20, 11:30, because my appointment is at 12:30. And I'm 25 minutes, depending on traffic, away from the appointment. So I want to go in the shower early enough and leave. I like to be early. Man, I hate being late for anything, not just appointments. Anything that we need to go to, I do not like being late. If I'm on time, I'm late, right? I like to be early. So, yesterday I had the baby, poor little thing. She's been struggling with an eye issue since she was pretty young. And there's one time they had her on like a sty. They had her on antibiotics for 20 days and it took it away. And then as soon as she finishes the antibiotics, it's back. Anyway, we were kind of managing it, you know, rinsing, like cleaning out her eye. Like when I have her, I do it almost every hour. And they would do it like 4 or 5 times a day, right? And anyway, I started noticing like it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Oh, there's some more there. So yesterday, it was like she can hardly close her eye. Like we need to do something. So she said, okay, I'm gonna talk to my work and I'm gonna bring her in. And she's taken her to the doctor so many times and they keep saying, oh, well, she's too young. We can't do anything. You know, it's like, okay. And so anyway, she went to the ER. They were there 5 hours, which is in the grand scheme, I mean, it sucks, but in grand scheme of things, it's not too bad. And they said, well, it's not emergent, so we can't call the pediatrician or the optometrist or ophthalmologist, not optometrist, ophthalmologist, to come in because it's not emergent, but I'm gonna send you on a referral. So now we're gonna do this sign right there, which is 21. Oh, yeah, 21, and it's 642. 640, oh no. Okay, well that was fun. Not, I don't know if it's stuck to this and then it kind of jerked out of my hands. I don't know. But anyway, it is picked up. I didn't want to wait. Might as well do it right away. And it's because, of course, it was on the sticky part, then it's like a pain in the tushy. Anyways, so now we got to wait for the referral, like for them to call. And she's going to take them, she's going to take her to the specialist. So I'm so happy. Like yesterday, she just looked like she had a hard time closing her eyes. And it just, or her eye, and it just looked so uncomfortable. And she was so snuggly, you know. And she's cutting teeth, and it's like, oh my goodness, the poor kid. So, like I said, they've taken her to the doctor so many times for that. It's always like, well, and her eye doesn't look good now. It's right at the end of her eye, like right on the eyelash now. So it's like it's on its way out. But now it's flipping her eyelid up. The poor little one. And of course, she's only one, like 13 months old. So even cleaning her eye, you know, with hot water and a compress, it's not easy. She hates it. So it's not as if we can, you know, do it for like a minute. We can only do it for maybe 20 seconds at a time, right? Some days she lets you do it for maybe 30 seconds, you know, but oh, poor little Peanut. Poor little Peanut. And yesterday she was just so snuggly. She was snuggling and I was like, oh, you're just the best snuggler. And she was kind of, I had her sitting on me, like facing me. And then she would sit back and look at me. And then she would kind of snuggle her head up against me again. And I'd be like, oh, you're just the best snuggler. And then she'd look at me again and smile and then do it again. Aww. They're just so cute at that age, right? So cute. So cute, so cute, so cute. The day before yesterday, she slept for 55 minutes. I was like, what? Record for me. Yesterday, she only slept 35. But it's better than 8 minutes. I'm sure eventually she'll, and who knows, maybe her eye is really bugging her, like, because she hasn't been doing well during the night either, you know, so, poor little Peanut. Poor little Peanut. Okay. So after my walk, I don't know if I'm going to film some more or I'm going to try and finish that book. I have no idea what we're going to have for supper tonight. I made a shepherd's pie yesterday. I started making it the day before because it's really hard to get anything done when I have her. She just wants you to play with her and hug her. And so you know what? I'm going to do it. So when she slept for 55 minutes there, I got a bunch of stuff done. I got it all ready, and I'm like, I was just cutting up the onions, and she woke up. But I had that's not the only thing I did was get that ready, but I cut up the potatoes, you know, and all that stuff. So, and then the rest of the afternoon, I didn't have time. She didn't have a nap that afternoon. Well, she did, but it was during, I took her for a walk, and she slept during the walk. And so then yesterday, when she went it was before, during her 35-minute nap, I was able to cook the hamburger and onions, and then the potatoes were boiling when she woke up, and then I just quickly finished those. Oh, there's a few down. Well, come on. Look at all those that I forgot from the last. It's all right. I'll do it after. Oh, no, I haven't done that one yet. That's why. I'm like, how could I forget that many? But I haven't done that one. It was I did forget a bar, though, right there. That's okay. So I did manage to get our supper done. And then at 5:20 last night, I just turned on the oven and cooked it. So supper last night was easy and fun, you know, fun because it was already done. But tonight, we might have enough left over to just have that. I don't mind having the same thing twice if it means that I don't have to cook. Don't mind that at all. And I think Dave took the rest. This weekend, I made potato salad. Again, I made a macaroni salad. And we made, like my daughter came over with her husband and Lexi and Mason was here. So we made chicken wings and ribs and Italian sausages. So we had some left over. Enough for almost the whole week. Well, we're Wednesday, so he had enough for today to take some today. So it made supper that night, and we had, both of us had supper on Monday night with it, or Sunday night, maybe Sunday night. And maybe Monday night too. Yeah, I think we did 2 nights in a row. And then I'm like, I don't mind cooking once and then eating from that for a few days. I wouldn't want to cook that much and then throw it out. But there was a few here that I missed. Little diamonds here. So we might have leftovers tonight. That would be awesome. And tomorrow night, I don't know what we're going to do. Tomorrow night, I don't know. I don't have the baby again tomorrow. I have the baby Friday. So what I might do is make my supper tomorrow for Friday. So I don't have to worry about supper, right? Oh, meals. Again, what's for dinner, right? So yes, the book I'm reading right now, of course, it's the end. It's the end of the duology. So it's like, you know, at the peak of the story. So I really didn't want to stop and come and start working. I wanted to keep reading, but it's okay. It's making me want to go read again. And it's so funny because I used to be a person that could only read one book at a time. And then I read Gone Girl. And it almost took me a month. And I don't like to DNF a book. I like to give books, you know, a chance. But Gone Girl put me in the biggest reading slump of my life. I hated that book. I think I gave it 3 stars, but in retrospect, it's probably like a 1 star. I just didn't want to give it a low rating, but I did not like that book at all. And I know that's not a popular opinion. And it's funny because if you look at my ratings on book, I usually, it doesn't take much to get me entertained. That's why it was such a surprise that I hated that book. Now, do I want to watch the movie? Absolutely, because Ben Affleck is in it. Hello. Haven't done it yet, but yes, I do want to watch the movie because of that, but not because I enjoyed the book. I got to bring this closer to me because my back is killing me. Okay, I thought I'd stop the recording and readjust here. So after that book, I'm like, well, maybe I should be reading, you know, like 2 books at a time so that if I'm not enjoying a book, I can say, okay, well, I'm just going to read 2 chapters. And then I can read another one, you know? And then that way I can get to the good part of the books eventually, you know, because some books just take a bit of time to get interesting, right? Or before you get invested in it. And I've always been like that since Gone Girl. And Gone Girl, that was quite a few years ago that I read that. Now, for some reason, for the past, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 months, I'm back to just reading the one book, except I have an audiobook that I listen to because I'm doing a big cleanup of my scrap room. So I put it on when I'm doing that or when I go for my walks, you know, so I listen to it almost every day. But that's different because it's like I'm doing other stuff, right? But quite a few books, I'm only reading the one book, which is weird. That's the wrong color. Okay. So I kind of put on Goodreads that I started The Prisoner's Throne, but I haven't really. It's going to be the next one that I read because it's a library book and now it's due in 10 days. So I need to, you know, give it back. I usually give back the books, especially the ebooks, way before they're due, or, you know, if not, I think it only happened to me once that they took the book away and I was like, oh, but I wasn't done. And I don't know what I ended up doing. I found it somewhere else, either on Everand or whatever. I didn't realize it was there and I finished it there. Or I found the audiobook there and finished it there. Something happened, but I did end up finishing the book. But usually, you know, it'll be like, you have 14 days left and I give it back. Especially when I see a book has like 50 people are still waiting for this. You know, I feel bad if I'm going to keep it the whole 3 weeks when I can just make it a priority, read that first, and then move on. I might just accept one book from the library in June. I have 2 that are possibly going to be, you know, ready, if you will, in June. But one is almost, I don't know, 700 pages, and the other one is like almost 500 pages. So I'm like, man, that's going to be, again, basically only library books that I read. So I think whichever one becomes available first is the one I'm going to read. And then the other one, when it becomes available, I'll just say, please deliver later, you know. Please don't tell me that's what I put in there. No. Okay, I better move that out of the way because I don't want to put the wrong color out of there. I took 4 containers out and it might just be the only thing that I have time to do today. The 4 colors, but it's going to be, you know, still quite a bit done. It was big sections today with the same colors. So the 2 books is The Women by Kristen Hanna, which I hear is really good, and The Will of the Many by, is it James Englanston, which I hear is really good too. So again, it's not as if I'm going to say, no, I never want to read that book. I'm just going to push it off maybe till July. And then probably more will be available in July. It depends, right? Like if it's a romance and stuff, then I can usually whip through those pretty quickly. But those big books, they take a lot of time. Even Steel Striker, I was like, okay, it's 400 pages, but the book is tall. So the pages are long. Like, but I thought I was going to be able to read like 100 pages a day, but I did good to read 75. And then I was like, okay, I've been reading for hours, right? And what I've been doing is just like, we've been watching one TV show a night, and that's it. And then I'm like, okay, I got to read. Because now I'm like only 2 books ahead of schedule because I'm reading all these massive books. So I got to finish that one today. And then The Prisoner's Throne should be pretty quickly. I think I can whip through those pages pretty quickly. I'm going to try and do, though, that book maybe 100 pages a day. I think I could probably, I don't think the pages are that big. You know what I mean? It's on ebook, but from the other books in that series, I seem to remember that I could whip through them pretty quickly. So it's from Holly Black. It's the second series, I guess, like a second series to The Cruel Prince. And it's only a duology, it's not a trilogy. And so I'm on the second book. So 2 books in a row, I'm going to finish series. Now I was looking at, I have a series tracker like that I keep track of all the series I read. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't updated that in forever. So I need to update it. So it's not something that I start a new one every year. I dedicated a whole book to track the series that I'm reading. And I need to, I know there's tons of series that I started that I haven't put them in there. I'm usually pretty good at finishing series, but I noticed that there's a couple that I'm like, oh, right, I gotta finish that series, right? So that just kind of keeps me on track. And I don't like to leave big periods in between the books in the series because then I forget too much of what happened. Especially like fantasy, right? Because some fantasies are so close. I'm like, so I read just in the last few months, I read Elusive, that was about like a pandemic. Steel Striker is about a disease or pandemic that went through everything, like the world. And then there's a book I was looking at and I'm like, seriously, that's about that too? And some of these were written pre-2020, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness. I can't remember which one that I'm looking at. I'm like, seriously, that's what this is about too? It's a book that I'm waiting, I think, to get it. I can't remember. But so they're very, oh, and then there's Fabam, right? I think there's a disease in that too. I can't remember. Anyway. So when I started reading Steel Striker, I was like, again, I was confused because I was thinking of Faybound. And I'm like, that doesn't feel like the continuation of Faybound. I was like so confused. And then I just went and read like the summary of Sky Hunter. And I'm like, oh, okay. This is blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then I remembered the story. It's because I had Faye bound in my brain, and I was like, this doesn't match. Like when it ended, she was blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like I was really, really thinking of that book, and it just did not match. So that's why I don't like waiting. And one thing I am doing now, because I'm reading a lot of library books, is I'm reading a lot of series that are not done. And I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like Faybound, there's not even a release date for the second book. Yeah. Great. So I think I'm going to, well, I say I'm going to stop, but The Will of the Many, I'm pretty sure that's a series, and it's fairly new. So the second book, I don't even know, if they have a date for when it's going to be released. So, but after that one, I'm going to, or the ones that I have already kind of reserved, I'm going to keep that in mind and try not to read any more that are not done. I want to start Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare this month, but that's not going to happen. That's okay. I'll start it first thing in June. I think what I'd like to do, well, what I did was I have the physical book. I checked, and there was only one person waiting at the library for it. Like one person reading it, and I would have been the first in line. So I put my name down. At first I didn't, and I'm like, oh, but if I don't, then, they'll be able to renew it, so I won't get it, because it's a thick book, and I find that even though I have the physical copy, especially if I'm trying to read 100 pages a day, my arms get tired or my eyes get tired, and I find that on my Kindle, I can read for a little longer. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I like the ebook. Plus, me doing that helps the author. Not only did I buy the book, but I'm renting the book, if you will. And it helps the library, it helps the author, all that stuff. So that book, when it becomes available, I'm going to definitely take it. So I have 2 physical books rented from the library. I have Elusive, which I'm done, but I'm waiting for me to finish Steel Striker. It's not that the library is far from me, but we never go that direction. Like when we stayed at the campground, we did. We stayed, we would go that way all the time, but now we don't. So I just want to make one trip, and return the book. Actually, both books at once. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today. And tomorrow I have the baby. So probably Saturday. I still have it till like the 4th of June. So I have a few days to return it. Maybe I'll get Dave to go drop it off on Saturday, because Saturday I'm going to a crop. He just has to drop it off in the box. So again, even when he goes to work, it's in the opposite direction. So it's really not the way we go at all. Although Friday, I have the baby and Katie is in that city. So she could drop it off, maybe. She's picked up a book for me before. I just gave her my library card and she went and picked up the book. Okay, well, this was a lot. It was even more than the other color. So once in a while, I like to switch to the 3 just because, especially when it's a lot like this, it's like, ugh. So I won't be able to say that I put this one diamond by diamond, like 1 diamond at a time, but it's okay. I was looking too, and I have another one, which I didn't remember, that is by this author, or this artist, not author, that I think it says, it is Curl Up with a Good Book. So I'm like, oh, I probably won't want to do it right after this one. But I wouldn't mind getting it done though. I know if I did twice a week for the rest of the year, I think what I'm going to do, I know there's 6 sections left, right? Six sections left, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 24 sections. 1, 2, 3. So 3 big ones times 6, so that's 18. And then the smaller section I can usually do in 1 sitting. And the bigger ones, it's 2. So 18 times 2 is 36. So 42. I don't think I'm going to get it done this year. Because 42 and I'm at 18, that's more than 52. That's more than 52. So I should figure how many 2-week sessions I have to do in order to finish this. I don't think I want to move in to next year with that. Wouldn't it be fun if in January I could start a new one? Oh, I hope this weekend it's time to plant out the garden. Like it is time, it is time. I have to do it. Ooh, that reminds me, after I'm done this, I'm gonna take the plants outside and I'm gonna leave them there till I get back from my appointment. So then they'll be there like probably 4 or 5 hours and maybe a little longer. We'll see. I didn't put them out yesterday. It was so disgusting. I should have put them out, but I didn't feel like it. Oh, no, I did. Did I put them out? Was that yesterday or was that the day before? All the days are blending in. No, that was the day before. I put them out for like 3 hours. So yeah, I'm going to do that before I go upstairs and film. I don't think I'll do a Patreon video today just because I'm only going to have maybe an hour to film. I might do some testing. I'm thinking of something to do, but I might do some testing. But I think I'll work on a make a page kit because I know that I can get it done before I go. Now I might do a Patreon video when I come back, or, oh shoot, I have to do my scheduled stream for tomorrow. I have to do that today. I have to schedule it. So that's one thing I gotta do. Gotta do that. see, is it all done? Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. That was a lot. That was a lot, but I'm glad it's done. 21, okay. When I took this out, it was empty and I'm like, but I filled everything up, but I apparently missed that one. So that's another one I did. That's another thing I did. So 49, I got to do that thing right there before he left. So it gave me time to do that. I refilled that. Ooh, actually, I didn't seal the package because I'm like, you know what? I might do enough. But now, haha, perfect. I mean, I don't mind storing those, but if I can fit it in there, a whole lot better. So now we're gonna do these, which is 20, which is 640. And then we'll do the black. There's not a lot of blacks, so we should be able to get those done too. I'm just a couple minutes away from an hour. You know what? I'm gonna do an hour and a half. Now that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I have enough weeks left to get this done. Definitely gonna have to do an hour and a half. And even if I catch up, but you know what? You know, my videos, I kind of schedule them. When I schedule them, I put, you know, video 19. So if it goes 55 out of 52, that's good. It means that I exceeded my goal, right? Nothing wrong with exceeding your goals. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So this weekend, I want to, on Sunday, because Saturday I'm busy, but on Sunday, for the clean with me, I want to do where my digital files are sitting, and I'm so happy. At first I was like, oh, I can't, oh, you know, like it's going to be so much. I don't even know if I can do it all in one session. We'll see. But I'm going to take everything off that table because I have my file folders sitting on a table. So I'm going to take everything off and I'm going to rearrange the whole thing. And then that'll be another section done. I finished the page kits that I was taking apart, and I think like I went above and beyond. I separated the pattern papers by company if it was big enough, and I did the smaller scraps, then I just called it like scraps, whatever. And I did my cardstock like that, and I separated my embellishments by company. So now it's time to start making more page kits. But I gotta figure out a better way to kind of store them, I guess, because I didn't like where they were. They were annoying. They were just in boxes on the floor. Now I just thought of that right now. I have a wired basket, and right now I have sublimation stuff in it. So if I can move that sublimation stuff in it, I could, that's where my page kits were before. So I could kind of do that. And then just, you know, instead of project 100, it could be project fill the wire basket. However many I can do in there. And then once that's full, that's it. Work out of those. And then maybe once a year, like every May, kind of tear apart those page kits. Because I like to reuse them until, you know, everything is used up a lot, and which I've been loving because I'm using collections like crazy. And that's what I want. I don't want to use a collection, you know, and do one layout, 2 layouts, and then it goes in drawers and doesn't get used up. Like that's no good. So I've been loving it. It's just that it was a little out of control. So I put everything back together and I'm liking it a lot. And just with the cardstock, oh my goodness, I've made, I don't know, maybe 15-page kits since I've done this. And it was so nice. I didn't have to go through or go to where I keep my full cardstock. Like I'm using the scraps. And I don't want to live in scraps. You know what I mean? Like I want to use them. So it was awesome. Okay. So that is working out good. It's a lot of work, but I find when you get started, it gets motivating to see results. You know what I mean? So that's good. That's good, that's good. And I'm fine. I finally have energy back. I got the big C in November, the first time. I wasn't even that sick. But what got me was my energy level. I had zilch. I would do a little bit and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I could just pass out. I mean, I still get tired, don't get me wrong. Like yesterday, I was like, oh, I'm so tired. But it's because I'm doing a lot of stuff and I'm taking care of 13-month-old. So it's going to take me a bit to build up, you know, stamina for that. And she's so easy. It's just because I'm not used to it, right? Not used to it. But I love the snuggles. And they're only little ones. They're only little ones. Oh, and just to see her, like, do new stuff. It's so awesome. I'm sure yesterday she said up. I'm sure she said up. And I told Kate and she goes, I know. I'm sure she said it the other day too. Like, it sounded like she said up. So it's cool to be part of that, you know? It's really cool to be part of that. I'm happy that I can do it. It's making it challenging for sure because I'm still working. I still have to, have X amount of videos done for Patreon. I'm trying to revive here on YouTube. And by the way, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, share the videos, give thumbs up. It helps the channel so much, and I would appreciate it. I would appreciate it. So, I have to do videos for that. So, I am with her all day and then I'll go upstairs and film for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. Might not do a whole video, but at least I'm getting some done, and then I finish it the next day. I do as much as I can. And then I want to walk. I want to lose weight. I want to get fitter, So, walking 4Ks takes time. Takes me about with a stroller, it's about 55 minutes because pushing that stroller is, it's no joke because there's a lot of hills. So I'm pushing uphill a lot. And, but it's good, it's good, it's good. She loves it. I love it, she loves it. She loves, looking everywhere and she listens to the birds and she just loves it. Loves it. And I put a netting over top so the bugs can't get to her. And it's awesome. I love hiking. We're going to definitely do more hiking this summer. Oh, I forgot all those. we're definitely going to spend time doing a lot of hikes. I know we want to do a week in Miramichi, which is like an hour and a half from here. There's hiking there, but I think that's going to be more like sitting around, just relaxing, you know, cooking some great meals. And Katie's going to come for a few days. She's like, I don't think I can do like the whole week, but I'll go for a few days. So I'm going to tell her, like, if we could coordinate it, that her husband could come and get her on a day off, one of his days off, you know? Maybe he can stay one night if he wants to, or they can just, you know, she can go home or whatever. And we'll ask Mason if he wants to come. He may not want to come. I don't know. But we'll see. So now it's time to do 310. What? So we're just past the 1 hour mark. And this is the last color for what I had taken out. But I can take some more out. Not a big deal. Because I'm not going to count last time as, you know, time number 1 for sure. Because I think I had like, oh, I have 10 minutes left. Let's use it and just put a few things down, which was great. Because anything you put down is less that you have to do later. So, oh, I started watching this new show, new to me. It's not new. On Netflix. It's called Transplant. And I love medical shows. Medical shows, firemen, 911. I mean, I did that for 14 years. People used to laugh, like, don't you get enough, you know, of it at work? And it's like, you know, I just love it. So, and it's based in Canada. It says that, you know, they're filming in Toronto, which is, yeah, it's 20 hours away. It's 2 provinces over, but it's still been there many, many times. So it's kind of cool. I love it. I'm on season 2. I just started season 2 yesterday. So that's cool. That's cool. You know what's not cool? I had the $9.99 plan from Netflix. And I think everybody was doing that because it was like the lower quality. It's not like HD and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care. I can't tell the difference. You know, instead of, what was it, like 20 bucks, I was paying 10 bucks. Well, guess what? It's no longer available. They've canceled that. So now all you have available, why do they do that? Why do they shoot themselves in the foot like that? I don't know. So it's no longer available. So all you can choose from is the $5.99 plan, which you're going to have commercials, or $16.99. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to deal with the commercials. So there you go. So instead of getting 10 bucks a month, you're now going to get $5.99. And before they did their last thing where, oh, it can only be your household, I was paying almost $30. Because I'm like, you know what? You know, my daughter was on it or whatever. And I'm like, but, you know. So I went from 30 to $6. And they're not getting it. So it's like, you're not making money. Like, you're just, anyway. I get that times are rough. But I'm just making it harder on people. Just making it harder on people. Just making it harder. But, so I'm going to do the $5.99. Doesn't start till the end of the month. But I'm like, whatever. I'll deal with commercials. I mean, I'm used to it on YouTube. I'm not paying the premium. And plus, the way I look at it is, it helps. That's how YouTubers, that's how they make money. And the way I say it is, if you work a regular job, you don't go to work and say, you know what, today I'm going to work for free. right? We all need to live. We all have bills to pay. So to watch a few commercials, not a big deal. So, but I love Netflix. You know, I love the shows that are on it. And I know the American one is better than the Canadian one, but I always find tons of stuff to watch. So it's not as if, you know, I'm running out of stuff. And I usually watch one thing at a time. So I just watched Bridgerton there last week. There was only 4 episodes though. So it's like, I blew through that pretty quickly. So now this has 3 seasons. So it's going to last me a few weeks, you know, because I only watch maybe 1 episode or 2 episodes a night. Because again, I'm trying to read. And what am I watching on YouTube? I watch a lot of cooking stuff for some reason and cleaning stuff. It's like encouragement, right? And even me with, you know, cleaning my craft room, I've had so many people say, you motivated me to get my craft room organized, you know, and cleaned up. And we all get in these slumps, right? Get overwhelmed by life. So many things to do. But if we just can get motivated and just start. I guess that's the thing, is just to start and just get it done. It's not going to get done in a day. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day, but now I'm on to section 4 this week. So that's gonna, section 4, I thought I was gonna divide it in 5 or do it in 5 videos. And I think it's gonna be more like probably 6 or 7, which is fine. Like I said, the page kit, I went a little bit more in depth than I wanted, than I originally thought I would, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did, you know. If you put an audiobook on, or, you know, if you like watching TV shows, put a TV show on. I like audiobook because then I don't have to look, you know. I can just keep my head down and get her done. But it goes pretty good, you know. And then I don't say, oh, I'm going to work 5 hours. That's just too much. So I usually break it up in an hour and a half shifts, if you will. And then then it's like with an hour and a half, you still get a lot done, but you don't feel like you know, spent your whole day doing that. And then when it's time to go again, it's like, it's almost like the philosophy of, you know, I can do anything for 15 minutes. It's like a lot of times when there's dishes to do and I'm like, oh, I don't feel like doing it. I'm like, you know what? I can do anything for 15 minutes. So I'm like, I'm going to put the 15-minute timer and I'm just going to get done what I can get done in 15 minutes. And a lot of times I get them all done and there's like 5 minutes to spare, right? So even though it looks overwhelming, if you break it down into chunks, then it usually is manageable. Yay. It's like this, you know? I'm like, okay, I'm going to do, I started with an hour, and then when I got kind of like, okay, I can do an hour pretty good. I'm going to do N. I can do, you know, an hour. What was it? 15. And that's DMC 414. I can do an hour pretty good. Now I'm going to go to an hour and a half. I don't think I'll go beyond an hour and a half. because I think the videos then are just going to be too long. I find that an hour and a half, I'm kind of pushing it. But I think the thought with these is it's not as if you sit there and watch me diamond paint. No, you're diamond painting yourself. If you're a scrapbooker, you're scrapbooking. If you're cleaning your house, you know, maybe you have earbuds on, and then you feel like you're doing something with a friend, you know, and we're just chatting. I mean, I'm hogging the conversation, but just chatting with a friend. That's what these are intended to be. And I know if I don't film, I'm not going to get it done. I was thinking for a bit, you know, when we were at the campground that, you know, once a week, I was just going to go and just go there for the day. I was going to put an audiobook on and I was just going to diamond paint. That just did not work out for me, you know? So I never did it. So now I have to do this. So now I'm going to do the X's, which is 43, which is DMC 938. Ooh, it's a beautiful brown. I thought it was going to be a gray, but it's a brown, like a reddish brown. And it was kind of like the next, you know, thing that needed to be done. So we're going to do that. I think I still have almost 15 minutes for it to be an hour and a half. So we're going to go for it. Oh, I'm looking at what's left. I'm like, can I do that next time? I think so. I think I'll be able to get all that next time. And plus, I still have 15 minutes, so who knows how much I'll get done. Who knows? Okay. What are Dave and I watching? Well, we just finished Survivor, which is kind of sad, but there's going to be another season, so yay. We finished The Amazing Race. We caught up on Chicago PD. No, not Chicago PD. Chicago PD, we're about 4 seasons behind. We caught up on Chicago Med. So we only have 1 episode to watch on Chicago Fire. We started watching Grey's Anatomy. But for some reason, it didn't tape the first 2 episodes and we cannot find it anywhere. Like it's not on demand. It's like, oh man, why? Why isn't it not there? Like it starts on episode 5 on demand. And I'm like, why? Like it just started not that long ago. Why are you taking away the episodes? I don't get it. So I guess we won't watch episode 1 and 2 for a while anyway, because I know it goes on Netflix, but it takes forever. Like season 19 is there. Well, I guess season 19 is there now and they're on season 20. So maybe by next year it'll be there. We'll see. We'll see, but it's not a big deal. We'll just watch because now we're like, well, we better, even though we can't watch 1 and 2, we better watch it because thankfully it started taping at 3. And, oh, there's a burr on this one. And Station 19, we're watching Station 19. So now that, you know, there's basically a lot of stuff has finished, then we'll catch up because not new episodes are kind of building up. So we're done with Fire Country. We watched the season finale of that. So that's 1 done. We have the Big Brother Canada, the whole thing taped. So what we'll do is probably binge that. We'll finish the other episodes and we'll binge that. But now our internet provider has started that, oh, it'll only keep it there for 60 days and then it deletes it by itself. What? But I think it said it was all the newer stuff, so that's why we're watching the newer stuff first. Trying to keep up on that. So I hope we don't get through half of the Big Brother and then we... it's gone. Because I'll be upset. Hopefully... Okay. Okay, I think I've done all the X's. Yes. What was that again? 43. How are we doing on time? I think we'll do A next. What is A? What is A? What is A? A is number 26. 26. I wasn't putting them away because I was like, oh, I'm not going to have a lot to put away because it was only 4. Like the little containers. But now it's like, okay. It's starting to be confetti now. So I'm going to have a lot of containers to put away. So at least if I put these away as I go, I won't have as many to put away. Oh, that didn't come off. Okay. Oh, I can't wait for my massage. My back is killing me between... I think just all the walking that I've been doing and holding the baby. Owie. I'm in pain. Okay, let's do C. What's C? C is number 6. I'm going to put 15 away. I'm going to put number whatever I just had. And this is 6, which is DMC 301. Okay, oh, that'd be nice to have this little section done. That's why I like to do the 310s, because it divides it into little, well, sometimes it's big sections, but into sections, right? And then you can say, okay, well, I'm going to finish, you know, this section. I mean, if there was C's there, I still do them, because I don't like having to take out stuff 50 times. I know some people go, no, I'm doing this, so that's all I do. I don't care. I'd rather not take out the containers a cajillion time. Okay. But it'd be fun to get this little section done today. I think I only have like maybe 6 minutes left. But it's going pretty good here, so I can get this done. I have to remember to do my plants outside, and I have to feed my starter. I didn't do it this morning. That could have been one of the things I did while I was waiting for him to leave, but he was in the kitchen, and so I was trying to give him the room to get ready, apart from doing the dishes that I got out. Okay, so this was number 6, right? Yes. What am I doing? What am I doing next? There's a lot of S's, so let's do that one. I may not be able to finish this section, and I am okay with it. I'm okay with it. I think I'm kind of like over it right now. So this is 13, which is DMC 400. I'm just thinking of all the other stuff I have to do. I can't help it. My to-do list is as long as my arm. And I'm losing 2 hours because I have to, you know, drive to town, have my massage, come back, have a 45-minute walk. So that's basically another hour, right? So that's 3 hours gone. And I have a cajillion things to do. So, ready to move on to the next task. I think before I go upstairs, though, I'm going to feed my starter just because I'm afraid to forget after. And then, I mean, I think it's active enough now that even though I'm not right on time, I'm okay, you know? And even the other day, I do a lot of experimentation, but I went a whole day without feeding it. Like it was 48 hours. And it was like an extra one or whatever. And then I kind of fed it the next day and it was just fine. So I wouldn't do that all the time, but I just wanted to know, like, oh, what if I forget, you know? And I know you can keep it in the fridge. I know all that. I know that when you feed it, it gets more active. You know, it's not going to get more active in the fridge. Like those starters that are 150 years old, they're not that active because they sat in a fridge for 150 years. You know what I mean? They got fed a lot. So I want to make sure. I'd like to do that for like a year and really get it, you know, super active. And when we go away for the weekend, like I put it in the fridge, you know, I don't have a choice. But when I'm here, and I do stuff with the discard, so it's not as if I'm just throwing out the discard. I make waffles, I make biscuits, I made bagels, just make a whole bunch of stuff. So it's all good. Okay, this is done. 2 minutes. What could I do with 2 minutes? Let's do those arrows right there. And that's number 5, and it's DMC 300. I might go over by a minute. Oh, shoot. I forgot 2 of them right here. Let's get them again. No, not 6. What is this? 13. Right here. Right? Now I'm doubting myself. Yes, 13. I'm just going to put it in. This is going to slow me down. I'm definitely going to go over now. Okay, so now I'm doing the arrows, which is DMC 300. I think I said that, but I'm not sure if I did. Okay, everything that I can do with the 3 thing, I'm going to do it just because I'm kind of at the end here. The end of my rope. No. The end of time that I want to spend on this. And I definitely want to get these arrows done. I think the sun is going to come out today. Yay. It was so gloomy yesterday. Oh my gosh. I know I get my energy from the sun. If it's a gloomy day, oh my gosh, I don't feel like doing anything. If it's a nice sunny day, I am just like, oh, yes, I want to do all the things. I want to do too many things, I think. But it just makes it so that I want to do a bunch of stuff, you know? Okay. So I just have a few left here. So we're going to end it here for today. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching.